Support for Michigan Public comes from the University of Michigan's Look to Michigan campaign, working towards a stronger, more connected Michigan, championing sustainability, global citizenship, and educational opportunity. More information at looktomichigan.umich.edu.
Tell me about the first time you ever saw ranch and pizza combined.
It was in high school, Ann Arbor Huron specifically. I was indoctrinated there was an indoctrination of like ranch and pizza. Like I learned from being at the lunch table, like this was the way to do that. That was the condiment that went with pizza.
Did pizza, dipped in ranch, start in Michigan? It's reasonable to reach that conclusion. After all, American chain pizza really began here, with Little Caesars and Domino's later on, Hungry Howie's and Jets. And Michiganders love a cream-based dip. So wouldn't it make sense that pizza and ranch got married here? Today we're doing something a bit different. To answer a critical Michigan question, we're bringing you an episode of another podcast that we put together called Dough Dynasty. This topic was just so deeply researched when we worked on Dough Dynasty, we felt like the people of On Hand need to know. To answer the question, I'm tossing this pizza dough over to executive producer Laura Weber Davis. She tackled the question for our series Dough Dynasty, which you can download and listen to now for the full, deep history of Michigan's pizza industry. Here's Laura.
This is a topic I hold most sacred. The relationship between pizza and ranch.
For a while, we would have pizza slices, and they would have like the ranch, like dispenser, and so it was a ranch dispenser.
This is Wesley Taylor, part of a group of friends I have that lays claim to the origination of many trends.
No, it was definitely meant to be as a combination. So that was a delicacy.
What year was this?
That was in 1996.
Well,
I graduated in 96, but I was indoctrinated in 92. You know what I mean?
Are you saying that Huron High School started ranch and pizza circa 1992 in Ann Arbor, Michigan?
Arguably. Yeah. That it could have been.
Facts.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Pizza first collided with ranch in, arguably, 1992 at Ann Arbor Huron High School at Wesley Taylor's indoctrinated cafeteria lunch table. Maybe.
Laura, really? That's how it happened?
Who knows? I'm not sure that we know where this seemingly mismatched pair got together and made a gorgeous food baby, but we do know that a salad dressing fancied up pizza and became one of the most controversial and cult-like phenomenons in modern pizza consumption, spurring a whole pizza industry subset of dipping cups at pizza chains. And today, April, I'm going to walk you through the brief and significant history of my favorite pizza condiment, ranch.
Okay, here we go then. I'm April Baer, chronic ranch skeptic.
And I'm Laura Weber Davis, ranch enthusiast. This is a Dough Dynasty Extra Cheese.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think this combination, pizza and ranch, is at best unnecessary and at worst, just gross. And I'm not alone.
To me, ranch is a way to make bad pizza passable.
Scott Wiener of Scott Wiener's Pizza Tours in New York City. This is a man who knows his business.
And to that end, I'm all for it for other people. But in my existence, I don't find a pizza that I like that is benefited by ranch.
But like you said, he's from New York, a city that has looked down its nose at our Midwest culinary sensibilities for time immemorial. But I'm here to say that they're all wrong.
Ranch is a necessary part of life. Like, you just have to have ranch. As a matter of fact, I have ranch with my fries.
They want ranch to dip it on the pizza. And they want like 4 cups at a time.
We have ranch dipping cups in all of our stores all across the country, so use it how you want.
My kids drink ranch. I'm telling you.
And now, with the advent of Detroit-style pizza taking over the pizzaverse, well, even New Yorkers are discovering what they've been missing.
One of my tour guides is Amy. She's from right outside of Detroit. But then when Jets came to New York, and we went there together, and they said, "Oh yeah, do you want ranch?" And she cut me off and said, "The answer is yes, don't listen to him." And I did it. I dipped it. I did the whole thing. And I gotta say, I get it. I get what you like about it. It's just, it doesn't light my candle.
But Scott is hitting on something really important here in this Pizza Ranch saga. Jets.
Life is short. Eat better pizza. Let's get Jets.
I'm not saying that they're the first ranch with pizza. I'm saying that they're the best. Any Pizza Ranch lover will concur. It's not really a debate. And the company knows that we all feel this way and feel it so deeply in our bones, so much so that instead of just selling those, pedestrian cups of ranch, they also sell the full squeeze bottles. Only for the real ones.
The bottle is superior not only because it has the quantity of ranch that you need, which is lots, and because you can squeeze it on the pizza in like a nice chefy looking swirl or zigzag, and really elevates the experience.
This is Alex Beggs, freelance food writer and editor, ranch enchantress. And how do you take your pizza?
Jets with the crust a little bit far done, pepperoni side of ranch, but make that a squeeze bottle of ranch.
Because Alex is a real one.
Okay, let's say I allow this wild premise for a minute. What is it that makes Jets ranch dressing so special?
It's equal parts about texture and taste.
The bulk of the pizza, the cheese is greasy and fatty. The pepperoni is greasy and fatty. It's a really rich, beautiful, beautiful eating experience. And the cold of the ranch, contrasting with the hot temperature, is one nice thing. But the acidity of the buttermilk cuts through the fat, and it just makes sense in your mouth. And it keeps you coming back for another bite.
But here's where things get complicated. Because even though the Jets Ranch is practically perfect in every way, if you get deep in this ranch analysis, as I have, you start to get into a conspiracy theory.
Ranch conspiracy?
Yes. Just go with me here.
Sometimes people are like, you know that the Jets Ranch is just Hidden Valley.
What?
I know.
And they say that this is conspiracy theory, so here we go, buckle up. The rumor that's unconfirmed, because Jets won't reveal, they say it's homemade dressing, but like any restaurant that's like, our sauces are homemade, it's a pretty loose term. The theory is that it's Hidden Valley powder mixed with buttermilk and mayonnaise and some other stuff.
I am clutching my pearls.
Oh, April. There's more.
We are the #1 ranch seasoning that's used at restaurants.
That's Vicki Haber. She's the brand experience lead for Hidden Valley. A short list of jobs I envy.
And how do I like my pizza? I really like a slice from one of the shops in New York City when you're walking down the street with some red pepper on it and a side of ranch.
Yes, okay, because New Yorkers are going to think that's just blaspheme.
I know. Sorry, guys.
Hidden Valley is more than just the most popular ranch in America. It's also the first. It all started in the 1950s with a guy named Steve Henson who owned a ranch with his wife called, can you guess?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yes. And folks would come there for mid-century agritourism, I guess. And Steve would feed them salad with his own buttermilk dressing recipe.
He had spent years perfecting the formula with different seasonings and such. And they would serve it on a salad to the folks who came to the dude ranch, the working dude ranch. And what he found is that when people left, they wanted his ranch. And so he started packaging up just the seasoning piece of it and then giving instructions on how to turn it into the ranch that people were enjoying on their salads. And he would send people home with it. And then he started getting letters asking for more of it.
So that shelf-stable bottled ranch stuff with the blue and green lid, the one that you recognize as Hidden Valley, that's actually not where this started. It all started with those powdered ranch seasoning packets that you find next to the dressing at the grocery store. And those are still available for any restaurant or pizza chain that wants to use them in their house-made ranch.
I think it's over 50% of restaurants use Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning. I'm not at liberty to say which ones do and don't because we greatly respect them, and customers will use the seasoning in a different way, right? They might have their own secret formula that turns it into that dressing that you really like at your restaurant.
Now, why protect these restaurants? If there's, if somebody's going in there and they're like, your homemade ranch, they'll put homemade ranch on the menu or whatever. Like the dried seasoning has a specific look in the buttermilk compared to like a freshly chopped garden herb. So I'm like, why would you protect them?
Well, there are customers and there are business partners, right? And we will always respect whatever strategy they have for the product that they want to put out to consumers. And really at the core of it, we just want people to enjoy great ranch.
Okay, without divulging your sources and your connections, does that mean that you have potentially major corporate partners in pizza chains?
I would say we definitely and probably do have some larger national partners. Yes.
I appreciate that that's as far as you'll go.
That's as far as I can.
In April, it's worth noting that in all the deep pizza reporting that our team and you and I have done for Dough Dynasty, there was more than one occasion when we saw Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning packets in storage rooms and walk-in refrigerators right next to vats of house-made ranch. But in the spirit of Hidden Valley, I guess I won't reveal the chef's secrets.
So this brings us back to the pizza places. Laura, you still haven't told me. I mean, do we know when ranch and pizza first entwined on a dinner plate?
I'm sorry to say, no. But we're going to put the question, is it possible it started in Michigan, to Hidden Valley when we return?
Hey friend, April Baer here, and I want to tell you about Points North. It's a podcast that's all about the Great Lakes region. These episodes, they are like movies for your ears. They tell stories such as the one-time Congress designated Lake Champlain in Vermont as the 6th Great Lake.
To add a little lake that's 1/16 the size of the smallest Great Lake is just crazy.
Hear that story and more when you subscribe to Points North. You'll find it any place you listen to podcasts. I'm April Baer. You showed up during our end-of-year fundraising, and it matters. Thanks for supporting reliable news and staying connected in 2026 and beyond.
Okay, back to the critical question at hand. Do we know when pizza and ranch first collided?
I wish we did.
Vicki Haber again from Hidden Valley.
Right. I wish we had data that showed exactly when it flipped and more people were using ranch on things like pizza and chicken and fries than they were on salads and veggies. But we don't have that historical data. But what I will say is that we were talking about salads and veggies up until about 7 or 8 years ago. And for me, it was this big aha moment where we realized, hey, people don't just like ranch, people love ranch. And how do we sort of catch up with them and communicate back in the language that they're already speaking? about our product.
So I'm just gonna end by telling you that I have a group of friends who went to high school in Ann Arbor in the early and mid 90s, and they believe they started the pizza and ranch trend in high school. While that's a ridiculous notion, I also can't find anybody who said anything before 1992. So I'll just say Huron High School is where it started.
I have never heard anything before 1992, and I am more than willing to come to Ann Arbor in order to investigate.
So there you have it. It can't be disproven that ranch as a pizza condiment started right here in Ann Arbor in 1992.
But it also can't be proven.
Okay, sure. But unlike so many trends in the pizza industry, this one, ranch dipping sauce for pizza, does not seem to start with the big chains. Before the 21st century, pizza chains offered ranch for other things, like crazy bread, salads, chicken wings.
Okay, got it. So this probably all started with chicken wings.
Not according to my friends. Which brings us back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, 1992, Huron High School cafeteria. My friend Wesley Taylor, he's just a kid, and discovered for the first time a giant pump dispenser of ranch at the salad bar that kids were using for pizza. Here's our friend Trey.
If there was somebody that originated that, it had to be there. I didn't know about it before that.
At least first generation ranch observers.
For sure. It's got to be that. I would be curious of, like, the indigenous uses of ranch prior to that. Yeah. The indigeneity of ranch use. Like, I'm curious about that.
I see.
But before that...
No, never before.
Nobody was talking about that.
So there you have it. Ranch and pizza collided in the mid-1990s and forever changed this industry and my taste buds.
What's made of dough and tomato sauce and lots of cheese.
You expect me to believe all that? That it all began at Huron High?
Maybe. Can you say it didn't? After all, this region has been the national trendsetter in pizza since the late 1950s, as this series dough dynasty has laid bare. I don't see why that couldn't be true for pizza dipped in ranch at Huron High School as well.
What is it?
Okay, so we have a postscript since Laura and I reported out this critical work of journalism. An email came to us from a listener who said, "Stop the presses!" He was eating pizza with ranch at Northville High School in 1989. Predating our Huron High School reportage by 3 entire years.
When I heard you guys talk about this the first time, and I'm like, I graduated in 93 and we were doing this, certainly when I showed up in 89, and maybe even, I can't remember distinctly whether we were doing this in junior high or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it was happening then, but 100%, it was definitely widespread and well-established.
On the next On Hand, we get to the bottom of the high school ranch dispenser with yet more Michiganders who intermingled pizza and ranch dressing nearly 40 years ago. And that wraps it up for On Hand. We're here to answer your questions. That's what this podcast is all about. Send them to us by filling out the form on the On Hand landing page at michiganpublic.org. Or just send us an email at onhand@michiganpublic.org. There's a link in today's podcast notes as well. Today's episode of On Hand was produced by our show's executive producer, Laura Weber Davis. Other producers are Mike Blank, Ronia Kapansag, Michelle Jokic-Polo, Mercedes Mejia, and April Van Buren. See you next time.